I will be discussing with you a book that I recently read entitled Lucky One. Warning: if you have not read this book and wish to do so in the future, please do not watch this as it gives away the complete plot and ending to the book. This is the story of a guy and how he came to find love off the prospect that if you really believe in something, you should go after it full fledged without holding anything back. After completing his series in the military, a young man decides to find the woman in a picture that he found one day while on base. He wanted to find this woman because it was his belief that the picture brought him luck. There were several instances where he felt because he had the picture on him that his luck had spared his life when he should otherwise be dead. He heads to the town with no money, walking with his dog. He did this not knowing if the woman was married, whether she was still staying in the town he was headed to, or even if she was still alive. Once he gets to the town that seems to fit the background, he begins to ask questions about the lady in the picture. And because it is a small town, after asking around for a bit, he quickly learns the lady's name and draws the attention of her son's father, a deputy in the town. Upon finding the woman, he withholds the information of owning the picture and pretends that he is seeking a job training dogs with her grandmother. The grandmother quickly gives him the job once she sees how well he has trained his own dog. When he first arrives in the town, he stays in a motel, but then he seems to really like it and decides to make his residency more permanent. Once settled in the town, he begins to get comfortable with the family and learns that the grandfather originally started the business but had passed away several years before. He also finds out that the woman had a brother who was deployed at the same time as him, and that was how the picture ended up where it was. As he grows closer to the community, he begins to play the piano in church, and it is through this act that he gains the respect of most of the townspeople. As expected, he falls in love with the lady and gives the picture to her son and tells him to keep it with him at all times for protection. Once the boy's father hears of the relationship between the two, he begins to cause as many problems for the man as he possibly can. Anything from spreading rumors to doing background checks and even to the point of breaking into the man's house. Little did he know the man had set up cameras throughout it. Not only does the deputy have it out for the man because he's still in love with the woman, but also it just so happens that the man had caught him reporting underage girls skinny dipping earlier in the novel. During the time that the man and the lady are dating, you get a glance into the relationship of the boy and his father. When it is time for the boy to go spend a few days with his father, he does so grudgingly and complains the whole time. You see that this is so because the whole time that the child is there, the father forces him to clean and play sports, while these are things that the boy has no interest in doing. He should have spent the time doing things that the boy would enjoy and not things that he wanted him to like. You begin to like the stranger more because he shows compassion towards the little boy and takes an interest in the things he is interested in and in him. Also, the little boy loves his dog and continuously play a game of hide and seek, a trick taught to him by the man. Near the end of the book, there is a terrible storm that causes the river near the boy's treehouse to overflow, and when he is not home soon after the storm starts, everyone begins to worry. His mother, father, and the man figure that he was down by the treehouse, and everyone starts to panic. Sending the dog on a game of hide and seek, when they see that the dog is headed towards the treehouse, both men immediately rush in the direction of the river. Several minutes later, the mother follows and sees all three fighting for their lives in the river. In the end, the man tells the lady of the picture and how it protected her son as they attended the funeral of the boy's father. After reading the book, you see how the father grows from being unrespectable and barely a decent father to giving up his life in order to save his son. I think this is a wonderful book, and I would recommend it to anybody who wanted a good book to cuddle to.